said that about every house we looked at.
This one's different. I just...
No, this one is perfect.
Come on, Charlotte Jr. It's like he's scared to come in the house. Call 911. Tell him the dog is white. Tell him the dog is white.
If a ghost or a demon was to mess up your Jordans or fuck with your Jordan collection, what would you do?
If a ghost was, I'd let him have them. Just the same way if a ghost, just like if some niggas from the hood came over and was like, hey, give me your Jordans. Like, here you go. I can walk home. You know, the ground feels really good about this time of day. You know, I'm not, you give a ghost whatever they want. That's what I think people should just do when the ghost is in there. Just, what do you want? And he might just want your Jordans.
That's
Give him
it.
Fucking Jordans.
Now, you get a bunch of naked selfies from a doll in this movie. What's the most inappropriate or strangest selfie you've ever received?
A girl was wearing like, cause you know they DM you on like whether you're on Instagram and whether you're on what. A girl, an unsexy girl, wearing sexy outfits, and like things are dripping all over the place. It's like, it's weird. It's like she got the sexy bra on, but one of her titties is flopping out the side like this here. It's a mess.
Yeah.
You know, turn around, got the G-string on, but all this is like cheesy and cellulite-y. It's just like,
It looked like cement.
yeah, it looked like curdled cheese, like.
Now,
like pudding.
You also took a little shot at the Scary Movie franchise.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
When you're writing in your journal,
What did I say?
you said, please stop making scary movies without the Wayans brothers.
Oh, they fucking suck.
They do. Yeah, they're great movies. They're great movies.
I had to. No, it wasn't. It was terrible. I like the first two. Yeah, I took my little dig. You know, that was a lot. We went through a lot with that franchise, and you know, I guess it was some of it was kind of it's like a breakup, man.
Yeah.
You break up with a girl, and you like, nah, it's all good, man. But you know, you sitting there going, I wish you haven't. In your reality, in your mind, you go, I wish you fucking hell. I hope your next boyfriend never works.
It's like your baby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stripped my child from me, and then you made it into a prostitute. Okay?
When the first Haunted House did so well, was it sort of like, yeah, I told you. Like,
yeah, it was like, yeah, now I got a baby that's not a crackhead.
Right.
So go on and smoke your crack.
Now, I do have something to tell you. I do got some news for you.
You smoke crack.
I fucked your bitch.
What?
She gave it all up. She gave it all up.
Abigail.
Cedric,
Yeah,
how did it feel to be back on the set of Haunted House 2?
This was fun, man. The first movie was fun to do, but then it was quite a surprise on how well it did in the box office. And so, just to be able to come back with this cast and have a good time with Marlon and Affion, so many comedic geniuses, just like having fun on the set. That's what's really great about this movie. And then it's a fun story to tell. And for me, a way to just jump off the page and not be like in that kind of confined Family Guy comedy that I normally do, if you will.
Did you know any thugged out preachers back in the day?
I've met a couple of thugged out preachers, mainly here in Los Angeles. Not so much in St. Louis, but I've met some preachers. I'm like, whoa, you a preacher?
A little thugged out,
Yeah.
Now, what would Cedric do if Cedric saw a ghost?
Oh man, I would, I'm one to get out of the room. I am not gonna go and investigate. I'm not gonna spend the night. I'm getting ready to grab my family and we out of there. I'm gonna deal with that in probate court, like how I'm gonna get my money back from this house.
Oh, he said probate court. Now, in this movie, Abatha sends Marlon some naked selfies.
Yeah.
Naked doll selfies. Did you ever fantasize about a cartoon or a doll growing up?
Oh, come on. Really? I mean, both Scooby-Doo girls.
Oh, okay.
Okay, got,
Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit was a little bit, she was like she was like young for me. I probably went to Real Girls by the time Jessica Rabbit came out. but it was definitely, you know, I was feeling all them, you know, I Dream of Jeannie. Well, these was real characters, but I wanted her in that Jeannie outfit. You know what I mean?
Now, you carry a weapon in this movie. You know, you really stepped outside of the family box, not a box, but the family guy that you are. Do you know anyone growing up who used to carry a weapon? I used to know a guy who always had something on. I never go out with him because we get in trouble. But how about you? Yeah,
definitely. I had a couple of. I had one friend. He kept a gun there. I didn't even notice until like one time we was in a situation and all of us was scared, and he pulled out a gun. But he was like, he always had his gun. He was so calm. He was like, I always got my gun. And I was like, dude, you're the youngest one in the crew, but his father was that kind of dude. Like, you gonna be out in these streets. And he had one of them kind of daddies, you know. So I was like, oh, okay, well, you know, it worked out because we was able to get away. But you know, that was one of those things. Like, I'm not gonna hang with this dude all the time. I didn't know he had a gun with him all the time.
Yeah. The fun that happened on set, it shows in the film. So can you just describe like what the vibe was like in between takes, or when you guys were ad-libbing, like, oh, we got something, let's build it. Like, can you just describe that for me?
Yeah, you know, that's a great thing about way Marlon writes and what he likes to do as a producer. I think is that, you know, he encourages you to have fun. Like, you know, it's not so much like I need to get every word that I wrote down. Like, he'll have this kind of guideline of this is what you should do. And if you find something, he's laughing off to the side. I mean, he's willing to break character right in the middle of the scene. So those things end up leading to really good comedy. And then if we find something there, those are things like, yo, do more of that, go on that line. And you know, I think you get that with Affion and Gabriel and all the great comedians that are in this movie. It started to be that energy. So we laugh, and we, you know, on the break, the director was like, all right, look, we need to get going again. We still telling stories and stuff. So.
I loved your character in this movie. I love that you got to be sexy, have this wild sex scene with Marlon. I hope I didn't spoil anything. What was that day like? Because that seemed like so much fun. You guys went so ham.
Yeah, well, we were kind of figuring it. We were trying to figure it out as we went along, because the thing is while there was a script that, you know, Marlon wrote, we didn't really follow it so much. So, I mean, because he didn't, you know, so you kind of just played it by ear on a day-to-day basis. So we did the same thing with the sex scene, and kind of made it crazier and crazier as we went along. And then in editing, they made it even funnier.
Okay.
So, you know, but Marlon's an old friend of mine, so it was very, you know, it was very comfortable, very easy.
Yeah. What, you guys added a lot of different relationship elements to your relationship in the movie. Where did that idea come from? Because like because he filmed it, he was like, I'm fat, but he didn't say that. You know how like girls twist words around? Where did that come from?
It really did. Everything that we did in this film really did come through kind of trial and error. We did it, every scene we did a million different ways. And I think the movie came together in editing. Okay, cool. Because we really were trying to figure it out as we went along, and we wanted to get the funniest bits we could. So we did every scene a bunch of different ways with a bunch of different jokes, so that when they got to the editing bay, they could literally sit down and put it together and pick the funniest bits.
Now, what would you do if you saw a ghost? Because there's a lot of ghost elements in it. If you saw a ghost in real life, what would Jamie do?
If I saw a ghost in real life, probably wouldn't hang out very long. But it depends on who the ghost was. Like, if it was a ghost of somebody that I knew, I'd probably sit around and talk to him for a bit. Yeah, why not?
What was the vibe like on set? Because you got, like I said, we have a bunch of fun. It shows on camera and on the film. So, like, what was your, like, the moment that just walked off set in tears, crying out, laughing?
What was the moment, the day that he had sex with the doll? I was sitting outside I was sitting outside the door, watching it with Linda, our hairdresser, on an iPad, and we were crying because we were laughing so hard, but we couldn't laugh out loud because we were literally sitting in the staircase right next to the room where he was, and he was so ridiculous. I mean, nobody else would do a scene like that but him, or could do it but him.
Who doused him in water? Because he was sweating in the scene.
Oh no, honey, that was real sweat. Marlon worked himself up so much and went so far with it, and it went on for 20 minutes. Wow. He did 2 or 3 takes, and they were each 20 minutes long. I mean, it was like he was running a marathon. He just kept going and go. He's an Energizer bunny.
Affion, you might be one of the hardest working, if not the hardest working men in Hollywood right now. When do you find time to sleep? I look at your Instagram and it's always...
I'm round the clock.
All the time.
Yeah, I think I Instagram in my sleep. You know, sometimes I have to wake up and say, hey, did I post that?
Yeah.
Is that me? Did I do that? Yeah, man, I mean, you know, Kevin Hart is everywhere too right now, so I let him take that title of the hardest working man visibly. But yeah, behind the scenes, I'm definitely doing some grinding right now.
I was anticipating seeing you in this film based off of your Instagram, seeing all the things you've been posting on the set, wrapping up and everything. Now, my question though is, where'd you come up with the I can't even say it, homie? The way you were saying homie in this was amazing.
Oh, you know, that's LA, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, they be out here, you feel me? You know, every time I go somewhere down there in the hood, they approach me with that, homie. Hey, look here, homie. I like what you do, homie.
Thank you very much.
Straight up though, straight up though. Keep doing what you doing, homie. We rock with you out here, homie. We fuck with you, homie. Straight up, homie.
What was like a crazy experience that you had running up on one of those guys, just interacting with one of those guys? Because I used to live in Atlanta, and I had this guy who always said, I'm saying no. Know what I'm saying?
I'm saying no. I'm saying though, know what I mean? That's a New York thing,
That's
too.
New York, yeah.
I'm saying though, know what I mean? Like, word. Like, they'll talk to you for 20 minutes.
And not say nothing.
And not say nothing.
Except I'm saying no.
Like, yo, like, for real though, like, Vlog, my mans in them, Vlogzilla though, like, for real, it was like, I was telling everybody, like, it was like crazy, right? You know what I mean? Like, on everything I know though, like, you know what I mean? You feel me?
I feel you, I feel you.
You understand?
How much did you guys go in, like, because, I mean, your parts are hilarious in this film. How much you guys just go in off the cuff and just go at it?
All day.
Oh, wow.
It's all day.
What did the script look like? Was it just like, this is what we're going to do?
Yo, it's like a bunch of pages with nothing on them, man. Know what I mean? I'm saying no, you know what I mean? I'm saying no.
Now, you're doing a bunch of other work. You know, is it The Wedding Ringer?
The Wedding Ringer, yeah.
How is that? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I call it the male version of Bridesmaids. You have an ensemble of, I mean, you got Kevin Hart, myself, Jeffrey Ross, Colin Kane, Cloris Leachman, like legendary comedians, Whitney Cummings, like, it's so many people in this movie, and we're all just like, it's stupid, but it's around this whole wedding scenario, and this dude that doesn't have any groomsmen, he has to hire some fake groomsmen, and that's where we come in and just act stupid. Can we look
for you to be the star of a project coming soon, like the main person?
Oh yeah, I'm writing right now, and I like to be in control of stuff. So sometimes it's very easy to go out and, you know, get hired for something, but I like to be in control. I like to do what Marlon did with this franchise and create my own destiny instead of being put in a role that doesn't really fit me, or they don't really know what to do with me, so they just kind of give me something. So for me, it's worth it to just be patient and
yeah. Now this is a totally personal question. I think my time is running out a little bit. But can you just do Russell Simmons reacting to a haunted house?
Oh, I fucking love it. I love haunted house. The Wayans it. Sometimes I get them confused with the Wayans it, but you know, I know they're not gospel guys. You've seen this movie. Marlon doesn't know gospel. He showed his buttocks the whole film.
My lips look extra big, and then they're like, you know, my lips are like
you go with that
on the
question,
top.
man. Go on and ask something else.
Yeah.
Unless it's something terribly pretty, opposite sex. And then I say, did you see my movie?